Did you know? Did you know? Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I used to be called, well, okay, nobody, I call myself this. Finita Kuti, which is the female version of Fela Kuti, who's an activist, a musician, the pioneer of Afrobeat. And he said something really, really powerful about music. He said, music is the weapon of the future. Music is the weapon of the progressives. Music is the weapon of the givers of life. Fela Kuti. If you had a few moments to break the mold, what would you do? What would you say? If you know me, you'll know that I have a lot to say. So, the producers of this show, they gave me a time limit. 3 minutes. So in just 3 minutes, I'd love for us to discuss diversity, what it really means, and who's been left out of that definition. So now, it's time for, you guessed it, facts and stats. Did you know that globally, 1 in every 160 children are on the autism spectrum? Did you also know that in Africa, on average, children are diagnosed with autism at age 8, 4 years later than children here in the United States? Did you also know that access to clinicians and professionals who do the diagnosing is very limited in many sub-Saharan African countries? And lastly, did you know that due to stigma, diagnoses are also difficult to come across, especially when people with autism are hidden away and treated as a burden to society in many African countries? Joining us today on 3 Minutes with Ifu is Eche Emole, the founder and CEO of Afropolitan Group. Afropolitan Group is a community as a service company. In 2019, Eche took on the role of CEO of Afropolitan full-time and has since been featured in articles in BBC, Disrupt Africa, and also Ideasporn, among many more. Hey, Eche, it's a pleasure to speak with you today. Welcome to 3 Minutes with Ifu.
Thank you for having me, Ifu. How are you?
I'm good. I'm curious to know, why was it important to you to create room for people who are neurodiverse, people with physical disabilities on your platform?
It gives you that educational platform, especially with Clubhouse. You're able to educate people using Clubhouse. And I think it was just bringing an awareness to it and educating people through it as well. So,
how can we begin to shift the narratives as it relates to people with autism on the continent, or neurodiversity on the continent? And I know Afropolitan, like a big part of your mission is kind of bridging the diaspora. Why do you think it's important? Why do you think that community is important?
I think part of diversity is allowing people to be in a safe space to express themselves. I believe you're born neurodiverse. And if you're able to be in a space that allows you to express yourself and really be you, there's the confidence that comes from that. To be honest with you, my thoughts have also evolved. I see the African diaspora as our country, as one country, a mixture of different blends of different people. If we can help through our partnerships create safe spaces for people to express themselves and be who they are, which is honestly what our goal with Afropolitan is, then we're doing a good job. It helps you navigate the world in a better way when you're confident about who you are and where you stay in it, or where you stand in it. With Afropolitan, we've always done events, and then we transitioned into travel, and then now when COVID hit, we transitioned into media through Clubhouse. And what we saw was that because of the strength of our network, we could provide more to our community other than just parties and fun.
So essentially, like, by creating room for people who are neurodiverse, we're actually creating more room for everybody, because a person who's neurodiverse, when they create space and when they are empowered to create space for others, they inherently create space that is more inclusive of other people. Tell us about the Afropolitan network, right? So we talk about partnerships, we talk about events, and tell us about the Afropolitan network and just the media platform that you're creating.
But the thing about media is it's about education, because for us to get to where we want our community to be, there has to be unlearning, to relearn, and then to keep it moving. And I think media plays a role in helping shape narratives. The more you push a viewpoint of the world that you want to live in, you can help shift narrative, shift perspective.
Why is the entertainment industry so important to shifting narratives on the continent?
What I've come to understand is entertainment in of itself is a way to make you feel good or make people feel good. And when people feel good, you can close more deals, you can close more partnerships. It's the easiest way to get people to come together, party, fun, joy. And I think you can never discount the role entertainment plays in at least lowering the guards of people. And I think music plays that same role because it's a universal language. It brings people together, and it also helps promote joy. It's a language that anyone can understand. It's a feeling. People want to feel things.
And then now my final question is, how can jazz hands be an ally to Afropolitan Network in promoting specifically neurodiversity?
I think we can partner on the media front. I think even if it's at clubhouse rooms, introducing jazz hands to our community, I feel like that's something that we should work on and actually activate for sure.
So thank you so much for joining us on 3 Minutes with Ifu today.
Thank you, Nani.
Yes.